Okay, so I guess time to start. So hi again. Thank you all of you for joining us for the fourth session of our Techy Summer School. In this session, we are joined by Mr. Habib Sherni for the moderation. Mr. Habib Sherni is one of the members of the U-innovate steering committee. We are organizing these workshops in collaboration with Techy educators, whom we like for being willing to conduct the training sessions. This session is conducted by Mr. Bassem Rahmouni. He is with us. Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello, Ms. Atwi.
Thank you very much, Si Bassem, for accepting our invitation. Mr.
Thank you.
Rahmouni is a very tech-savvy teacher. He works in El Kef area. He is an ambassador for many online platforms, and he is also a Microsoft Innovative Educator expert. Mr. Rahmouni is going to tell us a bit about one of Microsoft's tools, which is called OneNote. So the floor is yours, Mr. Bassem.
Thank you, Ms. Atwi. Welcome, my colleagues and the steering committee of U-innovate group. I'm really happy to join you again and to be part of this series of Techy Summer School. And I thank you for the invitation, and I'll share my screen. Is the sharing on?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, great. So as Ms. Atwi has already mentioned, today we are going to dive in and try to learn together about an old new app, which is called OneNote. And this series of trainings is, of course, in the context of the MA expert. And I know that many of you are, inshallah, applying for the MA expert, innovative expert of this year, and I wish you all the best. So the title of our training session is OneNote Basics, and here we are going to, I'm going to talk about the most basic because it's very rich, as all the other Microsoft applications is a very rich one, and I'm only going to tackle some of the most important or basic let's say, use of OneNote. So the first question, the first thing that I'm going to introduce is the agenda. What am I going to talk about? I'm going to introduce the Microsoft OneNote. I'm talking about the different versions very quickly and the UI, the benefits of OneNote. Then I'm going to move on to the practical part where I'm going to show you how to discover or how to create sections and pages on using OneNote. Then I will deal also with using the tags and adding content to the notebook. Then I'm going to talk about closing and sharing the notebook. I'm going to talk also about security and some tips and tricks at the end. Okay, so let's start by introducing OneNote. So first of all, the question that many of you may ask is, what is Microsoft OneNote? So Microsoft OneNote is simply a digital notebook. It's just like a simple notebook that we use to collect information, to take notes, but it is digital. That's the difference. That's the first big difference between the normal notebooks that we use in our daily life and the OneNote. Second, we use it. What do we use it for? We use it to take notes. We use it to know things that we are planning to do and to remember important things. So its function is just like a normal notebook that you have with you. So here is an example, or this picture maybe is more, let's say, realistic than words, because as you can see here, instead of using a notebook, you can just move with the same things. I'm here trying to make it clear that we've got the same way that you organize your normal notebook is the same in your computer, but with slight differences. But the structure, and here I would want you to remember the word structure, is the same. So as you can see here, the classes, and there is also content within the notebook. What are the versions of OneNote? So we've got mainly 3 versions. The version 1, which is included in the Windows 10, only in Windows 10. So if you have Windows 7 or Windows 8 or Windows XP or other versions, you will not get it installed in your computer by default. So this is installed by default with Microsoft 10, Windows 10. The second one is a OneNote online version, and here I think that you already have your Tarbia emails or education.in emails, so you use them to access the Office 365 packages online, and there you will find that there is also a OneNote, an application called OneNote. And the third one is the one that you install with the Office. If you get a computer, for example, you get your Windows 7 computer and you install Office with, of course, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and also OneNote will be included in there. The structure of a notebook. So as I said, I mentioned a few minutes ago, the structure is the same. So Microsoft Windows is used to create notebooks that have the same structure of a printed one or of a paper one. It's the same thing. So we've got the notebook, and within the notebook, we've got sections. And within those sections, we've got pages and sometimes some sub-pages. So it's like a big book where we have sections. The book is divided, or the notebook is divided, and within those sections there are few pages. Good. What are the benefits of using OneNote? So you may wonder, why are we going to use it? What are the benefits? So the most important benefits are to organize your files. So this is the most important one, organize your files, and assignments and notes. Second thing, and it's related to the first one, you will save much time and energy. You can save a lot of time looking for different files, for videos or Word, or for exams, or for some recordings, and you will get lost. And it happens a lot for me, especially when there are a lot of files stored on your computer. The third thing is accessibility. This is the most important thing. This means that you can access your files and your data wherever you are at any time, using different devices, using your mobile phone, your tablet, everywhere at any time. And the last one, which is one of the most important benefits too, is to take advantage of the cloud storage and to avoid the risks of data loss. And this happened to me a few months ago, and Mrs. Habib knows about this. I had a problem with my hard disk, and thank God I saved all my files. And from that time, I had transferred all my documents to the cloud storage. So this to avoid to lose data. So when you use OneNote, your files, the files are stored in OneNote, the document, the videos, and the different content that you store there will be safe. Okay, so let's move now to try to discover the OneNote, the application itself. And this is going to be a step-by-step guide on how to create and organize your notebook. So we're moving to the practical part now. So here we'll start first by creating and organizing a notebook. How to create and organize a notebook. But before that, let's move on and try to launch the application. So first, you can start from here, the search bar. You find that there are 2 options here. And as I told you, there are different versions, as you can see here, because I've got Windows 10 installed on my computer. So OneNote here appears here, and there is OneNote for Windows 10. So I'm not going to use this one, because this one is only for the computers that have got Windows 10. And to avoid that some of my colleagues do not have Windows 10 installed on their computers, I think that using the second version, which is this one, is better. So because this version is only available for the Windows 10 computers. Okay, you can launch it from here, and you can also launch it from the quick access bar. I'm going to launch it from here. And when you start it, you will find this interface. So this user interface, as you can see, is great because at the beginning of the task, you will not find anything. It's this, and this is the first difference, maybe that you will notice compared to PowerPoint or Microsoft Word. Because when you start a new document or a new application, when you launch the application, when you start it for the Word, you will find a blank first page, and this is the same thing for PowerPoint. But here, nothing is active here. It seems to be great, so nothing is working. So what do I have to do? So this is the first difference, even from the start. There are differences here. So we've got here two options: either to start a new document or a new notebook. And here we are talking about notebook because we are going to create a notebook, or to open an existing one. So when you click on open, of course, you will find whether it is stored on your computer or on your OneDrive, or if it is a recent document. But we are going to start from the beginning. We are going to start a new notebook. And here there is another difference. When you start a new one, first thing, you should store it. You should save it before you start. Okay, so this is another difference. Okay, you can do this at the end, but this is another difference. So here you start new here, but nothing starts. So how can it start? So here you need to select where are you going to store it first. Are you going to store it on OneDrive, SharePoint, on your PC, or you are going to browse your PC or the different folders that you have got to store it. So let's start by browsing or storing it on OneDrive, for example. And here we will choose from the documents that you have on OneDrive and start from there. So I'll start here from this PC. I'll store it on my desktop. So this means that it is not shared now. If you store it here, it's already shared. This is another important thing that I'm going to talk about a few minutes later, but let's leave it to the end. So this PC, I'm going to name it, for example, OneNote training, and create notebook. And here is the first page. So here I can see that it is active. Okay, so there are slight differences, but you can notice that it is like all Microsoft package, Microsoft Office package. It has got a ribbon, it has got different options, it has got the quick access bar. It's almost the same thing, but with a few differences. The first thing that we need to do is to notice how does it look. And we remember from the beginning that it looks just like a normal notebook. So here, the first thing, it's divided into sections. And what do we mean by sections?
Excuse me,
sections.
Bassem, excuse me to interrupt you. Can we just try to slow down the pace a bit, because our colleagues are trying to create, their accounts, or maybe they're opening the desktop application.
Okay. So they are working at the same time?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is that what you mean? Okay. So shall I repeat something?
Yeah, please, maybe from the beginning. So after opening the desktop application, how to create a new notebook.
No problem. I'll do the same thing from the beginning, no problem. So here it depends whether they have because you know if we start from a different version, we'll not get the same results. So here so this is the application that we are using. Okay, if you have got Windows 10. Okay, if you have got Microsoft Office, so it's here. Okay, it's OneNote. It's called OneNote. It's not OneNote for Windows 10. Okay, it's not for Windows 10 because there is difference here. Because as you can see, you've got OneNote and OneNote for Windows 10. Don't use the online version. I'm not talking about the online version. I'm talking about the desktop version, the version that it is supposed available for everyone. Okay.
Mr. Rahmouni, there's a question about whether we can have an application, a OneNote application for our phones.
Of course, I'm going to talk about that. Yeah, I left that to the end in the part related to tips and tricks. Yes, you can have. You've got a version for iOS, you've got a version for Android, you've got a version for Macintosh, and you've got a version also for Windows. So all platforms are supported by OneNote.
Great.
Okay, good. So this is the first thing that you will get in front of you. And here I'm going to slow down again and try to wait for you if there are any things you would like to ask about.
Can I ask?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, so thank you. You have mentioned that we have to choose the OneNote, just OneNote. But I only have the OneNote for Windows 10. Would you mind please telling me what is the difference? Maybe I missed something here. I was maybe
you didn't miss anything. Okay, so I'll show you the difference. Okay, so there's a slight difference.
Oh,
okay,
thank you.
So let's start OneNote for Windows 10. It's the user interface which is different. Okay, so this is OneNote for Windows 10. This is what you have in front of you. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, good. So as you can see here, the user interface is a bit different. Okay, and this is the other version. Okay, there are slight differences. Okay, between the Windows 10 version and the Windows OneNote version, because our training is about OneNote, and OneNote is supposed to be part of the Office that is available for everyone, because I'm sure that it's not everyone has Windows 10 in front of them, because there are some maybe using Windows 7 or Windows I don't know, Windows 8. So here they will not find this. That's why I chose the other one, which is supposed to be more let's say used by my colleagues. Okay, no problem. But the main things are the same. Okay, I'm going to talk about the different versions later on. Okay, so don't worry. If you have any questions about this version, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, so can I download it?
Yeah. You can download it. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you can download it separately. Yeah.
Thank you, and I'm sorry.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. No problem. Yeah, because it happened to me a few months ago. I've got a training about another app, and it happened that the very big number of the audience were saying, "Hey, what are you saying? We don't have the same thing." And we ended up to discover that some of them were using another. They didn't follow me, and they were using another version, and they ended up with a different result. Okay, but no problem. I'm going to talk about the different versions, so don't worry if there are any questions about the others.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Muslima, shall I carry on?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Good.
So,
so
I see a question from Mrs. Marawi about OneNote for Windows 2013.
2013, yes. Yes, it's an outdated version. Yes. What's the problem? It doesn't. She doesn't have the same UI, the same user interface. She doesn't have the same ribbons like these ones.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, of course.
Should we bring her in, Mrs. Marawi?
Yeah.
Didn't get the question.
No problem.
Actually, it's like point, right?
Excuse me. I'm just showing you what I got, because I don't have the same that is on the. So I don't know how to start my notebook with this framework.
Yeah, it's not the same UI. Yeah, 2013 needs to. Yeah, I don't really remember it.
But I think there is the same menu. If you see there at the top, I can see the screenshot.
Yeah, but there are
pasted, madam.
Yeah, but there are so many similarities. Okay, okay. Regardless of the version, I want you to bear in mind two things here. Today we are going to learn about the basics. This means that you will learn how to create a section, how to create pages, how to add content to those pages, and the different types of content that you add, how to manipulate, and how to share your content. Okay, you see, if there are any questions about the differences, about the versions or the platforms or the operating systems, so this is too technical and it would take a lot of time to explain each version, and it would take a lot of time. But if there are any questions, I'm ready to answer them. If you have any problems, no problem at all.
Very much. This is what
Okay,
this is what I suggest, Bassem, for our colleagues, because basically things are similar, even if there are slight differences. If you try to follow the tutorial that Bassem is going to guide us step by step, showing us, as he was saying, how to create a page, how to create the section, and then how to share the notebook. Later, at your own time, you can try to find the same tabs. It's not, I mean, that different after all. Okay.
Yeah, and they can download this one. By the way, it's not it's free for those who have got therapy email, or for those who have got education.in. They have got also the option, and they will show them how to download it freely, use it on their desktops. So it's not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So let us start first, as we said a few minutes ago. When you start the OneNote from the beginning, you will find nothing. It says you don't have any open notebooks. So this is, didn't leave anything open here. So what you have to do is to go to File, and you will end up with these options. And the two main options that allow us to start are either open, if you are going to open an existing notebook, or new if you want to create a new notebook. And I said that from here you can choose where to store it, where to save it from the beginning, but you can also choose where to store it at the end. But here from the beginning you need to choose where are you going to store this product or this notebook. So here, as I said, I'm going to store it here on my computer. So I'm going to use open because I saved it already. So I will open. The last one that I use it's OneNote training because I saved it a few minutes ago before Mrs. Leme stops me. So OneNote training, and here is my OneNote. Okay, it was created at 17 minutes. Great. So this is the first thing, that everything is blank. There is nothing here. You can also move here and click to find out. When you click on OneNote here, training one, it opens the different notebooks opened here. And for the time being, I've got only one notebook open, which is OneNote training. This means that this is my notebook that I am using now. Good. So this is the cover page, let's say. And here is new section. Of course, when you click, with the right click, you can rename it. You can also delete it. But here I'm going to rename it. So let's say that I'm going to name it tourism. Suppose that we are talking about Tunisia. So tourism. So this is my first section. So now I created a section. Great. If we have a look on the right side, here we've got add page. What does this mean? This means that I am in OneNote training notebook. I opened the tourism section, which is the first section. And now I am going to create some pages in this section. Of course, if you click with the right click again here, you will rename it. So let's say I don't know, Jerba, for example. Okay, so this is the first page. Okay, the page number 1 is about Jerba. I want to add another page that deals with tourism in Tunis, the capital city. And I can click here or here. It's the same thing. You click with the right click here, or you click here and you will name it. So here I'm going to talk about Tunis in the page number 2. Great. And so on. If we want to add another page again about Seuss, for example, and so on. So now I've got OneNote training. So we can change it here. We can even change the name of this note, OneNote string. Let's change it to Tunisia or to any other name. Okay, just a moment. Sorry, I think that I can't change it from here. Yeah. Okay, so tourism is our first section, and in this section we've got 3 pages: tourism in Jerba, Tunis, and Seuss. I can create another section, and so on. So here let's talk about music, for example. Okay, so and in this section number 2, I can change, because as you can see, they've got the same colors. So what do I have to do here? I can change even the color to make it clear for me. Okay. Properties. And I can choose, for example, this color. Okay. As you can see, they've got the different colors and so on. I can add another, and within each section, I can add in music. So here you can add, I don't know, jazz festival, for example. Jazz festival. I can add another page that is with folk music. Folk music, and so on. Great. So now I've got 2 sections in my OneNote dealing with different topics. So imagine that you've got 2 classes, and each class you've got speaking, reading, writing, or it's up to you to divide the notebook how you want to organize it. So it's a matter of choice here. It's up to you. So here for me, I'm talking about Tunisia here. I'm dealing with the tourism, and I started with the different cities that are famous for being tourist resort, for their tourist resorts. And then I talked about music. Then I can add maps. I can add many other things, activities, sports, different things about Tunisia. So I will end up with different sections. So in Notebook, there are sections, which are these. And within each section, there are pages. And I can add as many pages as I want. And I can also add as many sections as I want. Great. So this is the easiest way to create sections. And within those sections, there are pages. Great. So let's start. So if I've got here tourism, and I am in the first page, Jerba. So I've got here the title, which appears here and here. We've got here the header that has got the date and the time when it was created. And here, as you can see, I've got space where I can type or write anything that I want. Okay, you can type anything here. So the first thing, it's clear that I can add text. That's the first thing. So and so on. I'm not going to spend much time writing about this, but you can see here that we can write, we can type. So the first thing, we can type text. So the first thing that we can add to our page is a text. Great. Of course, all these options you are familiar with, I think, are dealing with the type of the text, with the color, with the different things. Great. Let's move to adding other content to our page. So in a page, you can add not only texts, but also different other types of files. So you can add tables. It's just like Word. It's just like Word. You can add tables, as you can see, and then you can move it, and you try to change the color, try and change the size, and different things. The good thing about OneNote is that you can manage the space the way you like it. Okay, you can write, change. You can put pictures, texts, videos, different things. So here the attachment is a link to that file. Great. So this is something different from the Word already. So also you can add Excel files, existing Excel file spreadsheet, or a new Excel file spreadsheet. So here I've got an existing one. It's not related to Tunisia really, but it's just it asks you again, attach the file in set spreadsheet, and we are familiar with two things, with these two. If we say attach file, it's just going to give us a link like this one. If we say insert spreadsheet, it will give us a whole the whole Excel file in front of us. And as you can see, this is it's about, I think, students' emails, and as you can see, it's over there. It saves you a lot of time instead of copying and putting it in Word and putting a document and copying the files. So you see now why OneNote is important. This is the real importance of OneNote. It brings everything together. Okay, so here these are some of the content that you can add to your OneNote, or to your notebook. Sorry, you can also add, I'm talking about this later on. So you can add pictures, obviously. And of course, pictures here, you can add from your desktop any picture. So here we are talking about Tunisia. So let's hope that I find something about Tunisia. I think that I've got some pictures about Tunisia. Where is it? I really need OneNote. I need to use OneNote to organize my files. Okay, here they are. Okay, so as you can see, again, you can use the picture. You can put it here. You can write about Tunisia here. So it's very easy. Remember, using the Word, it's too limited, and you need to respect the paragraphs, and you need to change the spacing of the paragraphs. Here you can put it wherever you want. Imagine students using OneNote. It's very easy instead of putting things here and there. So they will get more and more organized, and you will get yourself a lot of time to organize things. For example, here bring a video, bring different things. So this is a picture, how you add the picture. Of course, you can resize it, you can put it here, you can change the place where you on the right, and it's up to you. You can also put pictures or download pictures from online sources. So here is, I think that you're familiar with this because I think we covered this once. Okay, from the internet here, and you've got a lot of things with the Bing search. Okay, it's the same thing. So let's take this one. Okay, so this is just to show to you how to insert pictures from the internet. So here's online pictures. Of course, you need internet connection here to get this option working. Great. So we can add file printouts, we can add attachments, we can add Excel spreadsheets and attachments. We can also add pictures whether online or from our desktops. Again, we can add videos. This is again something very, very important. And I know that a lot of you are now using YouTube to teach their students, or any other links to teach their students. So let's hope that we find something. I think that I've got a link about that. Okay.
I have a question, please.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Actually, I was wondering if we have a video and we want to share with our students, do we need to have an internet connection in the class or not? Thank you.
Yes, you need an internet connection, obviously. I'm going to talk about this in the fourth part, I think, related to sharing and cooperate, and how to cooperate with your colleagues. I'm going to talk about this a few minutes later. We are going to give a deep, let's say. Okay, I'm going to.
Okay, thank you.
Any example? So let's take this one. Okay, it's just a link. Okay, great. So, and we got here, I will put the link here, the video link, paste it. Okay, we'll wait for it. And here is the video. Okay, the video is already included in the OneNote. So you can add everything, almost everything. You can add videos, pictures, text, PDF, links, everything is supported in OneNote. So there are no special files that you need a special authorization or something like that. Okay, so everything works perfect here. Of course, here you can even change the size of the size of the video. You can add a text to deal with that video. Imagine, I can always imagine only about how to use this in class. You can put speaking, someone speaking or something, or a dialogue and set of questions. If it is an assignment, you can write a description. You can write different things about this. Okay, yeah, so these are the different types of content that you can also add a link to a page. I don't know whether it is another notebook or a link of a text online or something. You can record audio. So this can be used for speaking tasks or for instructions or something like that. You can record audio. Of course, you click on it, then you've got the button here to stop recording. And once you stop, it will automatically appear here. I hope that it works.
Bassem?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. As a reaction to the lady's question, in case you insert the video from desktop or from your documents, is there a need for internet in classroom?
When you insert it from your desktop?
Yeah, either from the internal source, from the computer itself.
No. If you add it from your computer, there is no need for internet, of course, because internet is only needed when something is stored in another away, in another link.
Yeah, online you mean? Yeah.
Online, yes, that's it. Yes, thank you, Mr. Habib.
Yeah,
thank you.
Good. I didn't get the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know. I don't know. The lady. Sorry. I don't know your name. Did you get that? So it says that there's no need for internet if you insert the video from your documents or from your computer. Did you get that?
Yes, thank you very much. Got it. Thank you.
Good.
You're welcome. Good. Thank you. So sorry for the interruption, Bassem. Please go ahead.
Okay, great. Thank you. So of course here you can add the date, the time. Of course, instead to save time, and as I said, we all want always something to help us save time. So you can add the date instead of typing it. You can just click here and you will get the date, the time, date and time together. These are templates and these are for equations. I don't think that we are going to use them. They are mainly for mathematics. Good. So this is about inserting things. Great. So I'm going to go to the next one, which is drawing. Draw here is mainly used for mobile devices. Yes, the mobile device are touch-enabled devices. For example, tablets, mobile phones, especially those that have got the capability of writing with a stylus. You know, stylus, pens. Yeah, these are good for that because you can use OneNote to take notes. It's OneNote, by the way. You can use it also to take notes, whether you're in a lecture or something like that. You can just click on the pen or the color, and you can take notes and write everything you want. And it is going to be saved. But you know, when you are using a mouse, you're not going to get good handwriting. But if you're lucky and you've got stylus, you can use the stylus to write, and it really saves a lot of time. And there is a very important tip related to drawing. I will talk about it at the end of the training, inshallah. So drawing here, we've got lasso select. I'm also going to mention this at the end. Here, mainly they are related to touch-enabled devices. So I'm not going to go deeper on this. History here is related to, as we said a few minutes ago, notes or OneNote is a space where everybody can cooperate, whether you're with your colleagues or with your students. And I'm going to explain a bit this when we talk about sharing. And here, history is dealing mainly with the different copies, because you can give permission to people when you share your OneNote. And here you can think of a project, students doing a project about, I don't know, space tourism or something like that. And each two students, for example, are going to fill in a section, okay? And they are going to work together, okay? So each two of them are going to work on different section. And each one of them is going to alter and change things. So each time there are new things added and new things deleted. So you can go back to the history to find out what are the things that have been changed, okay? And you can find the author, who did this, who did change this. You can find different things. I think that this is more, it deserves another session to explain this, because it's a bit complicated, and we need two computers to show really how to the students interface and the teachers interface, how they interact and change things, and how to check this. But let's stick to the sharing, and I'm going to go back to this point at the end. Review is again another option that you are already familiar with in other applications related to Microsoft applications like Microsoft Word and Microsoft PowerPoint. You can check the spelling, you can search thesaurus, accessibility here, options, translate languages, password. I'm going to mention this later on, and link notes again when we talk about sharing. The view, again, it helps you to manage how you view the OneNote page. So you can zoom out, zoom in. You can change even the page, how the page looks like. So as you can see, it looks like just like notebook, real notebook. Okay, you can change different things. You can change it to this one. You can just use the blank one. Page color, you can change the color of the page. So these are mainly for viewing options. They are not that important when it comes to the content. And of course, here the help button. So here we are finished with the user interface. If there are any questions related to the user interface or the different things related to it before we move on to the tags. Muslima, are there any questions related to the user interface?
Because I don't see anybody like asking questions in the chat box. Mrs.
Okay.
Bahawi, I don't know if you have a question. You were asking about collaboration. So I guess everything is clear. Bassem, you can like show us.
Okay, great. Great. Okay. So I go back to the first part. So as I said, one of the most important things why we use Microsoft OneNote is to get organized. And we as teachers, we tend to forget things. We are getting too busy, and we always forget things. That's why, thank God, Microsoft has an option here called tags. So what are tags? So tags are these symbols that you can use. But how and why? So suppose that I'm going to add another section called assignments. Imagine that I am teaching so many classes, and I've got different tasks to do with my students. I'm going to prepare speaking test. For example, I'm going to be a bit quick here. Review the I don't know, writings, and mark the tests. Okay, so suppose that I'm planning to do this, because OneNote is again used to get organized, and it is also used to make you able to remember the things that you need to do. Suppose that I've got these three things. I wrote them here in my assignments, and I want to prioritize them and put them in a high priority, and remember them if there are any things to do for the upcoming week or sessions. So we can add tags here. So we can move here, for example, to do, and we add it in front. As you can see, it's added here. I'll just repeat the thing. Okay, so these are the tasks that I'm going to do today, or for the next week, or for tomorrow, I don't know when. So prepare speaking test. So this is something to do. Okay, again, I've got another thing to do, which is reviewing the writings and mark the tests. Great. And I think that these are very important things to do. So I can also add another tag that shows that these are important, to-do list. So I've got here two tags. So these are called tags. This little star and these small boxes indicate that these tasks are important for me, or I'm going to do them tomorrow or anytime. And I've got a lot of tasks here, like questions. If there are any questions by students that they ask me, I can write it and then put this tag in front of it. Remember for later. You can underline this. For example, you write something and you want to remember it for later, so you can just go here, select it, and you go to remember for later, and it is highlighted with the yellow. Okay, so these are called tags, and we've got a very big list of tags, like highlight, like a phone or idea or password, something critical, projects, so different tags. Great. So you say, maybe I will forget that I've got tags. So if you say to me, what's the point? After all, I will forget that I've got something. So how is this going to help me? Of course, you to know whether you've got things to do or something like that, you will automatically try to find out whether you've got things to do or not. And how is that going to be? The to-do list, just a moment. We've got here the search, find tags. What does this mean, find tags? This means that it will show all the things that I have tagged in the whole notebook. So suppose that they've got a lot of things to do, not only with one class, with 2, 3, 4, 5 classes. So it helps you a lot here because you will not spend the time going from one section to the other looking for the tags and you find it, then you do it. No. You'll just click here, you come here, you go anywhere, and you go find tags. And here it will find all the tags listed. Here I've got listed only 2. So it says that I've got a to-do list and I've got to mark the tests, I've got to prepare speaking tests, and I've got to review the writings. Okay, so here once you finish the tags, so suppose that now I know that I've got tags and I click on them, it will automatically move to that tag. So when you click on it, it will take you to this section and to the exact page where that job is listed. And of course, you are going now, imagine that you've already marked the tests. So you just click here, done. And if we go back now to the find tags, it will appear here as done. So my job is done, and I saved myself, and I can give my students their tests back. Okay, so as you can see, tags here help you remember things, because imagine that you don't have only 4 sections. Imagine that you've got 16 sections with reading, speaking, writing, tasks, assignments, projects. You'll end up with a lot of tags and a lot of things to do. So the easiest thing is that you write it and you tag it to remember it in order not to forget. And you don't just put a star on every one of them. No, you've got different tags for different things, because sometimes you put important, and then you forgot. You end up with the 16 important things. But important, what is it exactly? Is it something to remember? Is it a test that I need to give to my students? Is it a project that I need to have a look at? Is it a meeting with my colleagues? So the tags help you identify the different things that you have to do and the type of things. And of course, just you need one click to find out all the tags in the whole notebook. It's not in one section. Okay, is there any question about the tags?
They're great.
I can. Yeah, no questions so far. Good. And of course, by the way, I'm going to talk about the tags at the end in the tips and tricks, because you can change things here. Good. So we're done now with the different options that the different types of content that we add to our notebook. We can add PDF, we can add printouts, we can add different things. We can use tags. The OneNote is divided into different sections. In each section there is, don't forget, there are other pages in this one section. You can put tags to prioritize the different activities or the different tasks that you have to do in your plan or in your upcoming week, and it's up to you to put priorities there. So that's it with with including content and adding content to the one thing is the screen clipping. Yes, I was wondering what did I forget, and then at the end I got it. So screen clipping is something very good. I like it very much. I use it very frequently with my students, and when I'm especially when I'm taking screenshots of something.
Sorry, I have just a question before the screen.
Yeah.
Please. When you decide to do tasks, can you add the date when you will do that task? Where could you add the date?
Yeah. You can add it. So okay, good question. Good. Okay, so this date here is the date where when you started doing when you started modifying the OneNote document, and of course to add a date here. So suppose that you said, okay, I will prepare speaking test for my students and you change the date. I don't know. You can add the date that you write it like this, okay? And you can can you plan it? Plan it. That's what you mean?
Yes,
plan
yes. I mean planning. Yes, I don't know. Review the writings on Saturday, the 10th of December. I don't know, something like this.
Yeah. You can just add it.
Just add it when you write?
Yeah, just add it and you write it. You type on and you just click this, for example, here, date, and you change the date here, I don't know, to the 20th or 21st and so on. But there is no way to plan for it. There are other options. There are other, let's say, to do. There is an application in Microsoft Office. It's called To Do. To Do is mainly for tasks like these. You can plan for 1 month or even more if you have only. It's only for planning things like these meetings and. But here for OneNote, it's like a note taking. So it's just something quick. It's just to help you remember the thing. Okay, it's not going to plan for it. Okay. You are going to remember it, so it helps you to remember that you've got a task or you've got something to do in that specific date.
So I just go to my notebook or notebook, yes, to check my.
Okay, suppose that. Okay, good. So suppose that now you're on your notebook, but you don't know what you have to do today. So suppose that you finished this on Saturday and you opened this on at night in I don't know Monday or Tuesday, and you want to find out what you need to do this week. So you just go to find tags, and it will give you here, over here, on the right, all the things that you have to do. It says to you, we've got a to-do list. And when you click to it on it, it will take you to the page. Got to do here. Remember that to-do list. It can be something here, things that you have to do. Okay, and it will also tell you that you need to mark the tests. You need to prepare the speaking test on 20th of July, and you need to review the writings. That's the job. It's to summarize your program, but it's not going to plan for you. It's not the planner. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, it's
good.
Clear.
It's like a reminder. It reminds you of the different things that you have to do.
Thank you.
Excuse me. I'm wondering whether how we can upload a video from our laptop or our PC, because I don't see any reference to uploading videos. So there is, I think, the possibility to insert from the internet or to record, but not to insert a video from your laptop. So is it through joining, that is attaching a file, or what?
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. I'll answer that question. So your friend is asking, she said, I only see here online pictures and I see only online videos. Okay, obviously it's because you can add a file at the end. It can be PDF, it can be Word, it can be music, it can be, and even music here is not mentioned, okay? Because by default, it's a file, okay? I'll try to put that into here, okay? So let's take this one. Sorry. I think, yeah. File attachment. Yeah, so this is one way to add the video. It's just to click on it and it will open, of course, from your PC, but under one condition, that you don't change the the placement of your or the place where you've got the file at the very first time. Okay, I didn't just see the option here. Just one moment. Let me try this. File attachment, yeah. Printout, yeah. It doesn't upload as a printout, yes. And even as is that possible? Isn't it a link?
But I think it just creates a shortcut to the video that you have stored.
No. Normally there is a way. Yeah. Just a moment. Just a moment. Give me some time. It only creates a link to the you cannot upload it directly from your desktop. Okay, who was asking?
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Yeah, it only creates. You need an online. Yeah. You need an online video. Yes. Yeah. Good question. So you need an online video. So here for the videos, you need an online video and you need also to check for the supported video extensions, because it's not only, for example, the FLV. I tried an FLV file, but it was not supported. So there are some supported extensions and others are not supported. Okay. Is there any other question?
Mr. Bassem.
Yeah.
Back to the to-do list. Is there a link, or is there a way to link maybe the to-do list and Outlook reminders?
Yeah, in Outlook tasks, I think it's possible.
Yeah, here. Yeah, I think that you can do this here. Yes. Yeah, concerning this this reminder here. Yeah, you can add it to the Outlook. Yes, I was planning to talk about this later in the tips and tricks. Tips and tricks, but I got really. Yeah, so shall we talk about this now? Because you asked about it already.
It's up to you. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was planning to talk about this but when sharing in the part related to sharing.
Excuse me, I think I found the solution because I tried to upload a video from my computer through adding a file, and I could play it on OneNote.
That's great.
File attachment, you mean this one?
I just clicked insertion and then fichier joint, that is just attachment, and then I had the icon of the video. I clicked on the right to open it, and I got it on my OneNote.
Yeah, it's like this one, you mean?
Sure.
Like this one.
That's cool.
Like this one.
The same showed us. It's kind of short.
It is not through the link, but through the inserting the video from my machine.
Yeah, that's
yeah, from your desktop. Yeah. But it doesn't show a full video. It shows only an icon, a small icon.
It's not.
No, but yes, it shows an icon. But if I open it, it opens and I can see the video.
Yes, madam, it's a short. It helps to organize things for you.
Yeah, that's it. It just helps to get the content there, but it's not like this one. Yeah, it's not like the online one. It's a small one. It's like this. Yes?
Absolutely, yes, you are right.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Can we talk
Yeah.
about sharing now?
The screen clip.
Share
Yeah. I'm just one thing. The screen clipping. Screen clipping is again related to inserting content to the OneNote. So, for example, that if you have got a picture like this, for example, or something on the internet. So let's take, for example, this one. Okay, and you want to talk to someone about the Office 365. Okay, and you want screenshot. So first thing, you need to prepare the content or the page that you want to take screenshot from. So for example, I want to take screenshot from this page, which is Office 365, and I want to put it in my OneNote. So what do? I prepare the page that I want to take screenshot of. Then I move on to the OneNote, and I go here to screen clipping, and automatically after clicking this, when you click it, it brings you back to the page that you want, and then you can select, as you can see with this small cursor, you can just try to select the parts that you want to screenshot. So let's take this one, and it automatically goes to the page where your cursor was. Okay, so here is the picture that I added now. Okay, and you can of course move it, and you can also resize it, and you do whatever you want with the picture. So that's about screen clipping. It's something very important, I think, and it saves a lot of time instead of going to other applications to take screenshot, then you go to Paint to cut it and you put it here. So it saves a lot of time. Is that clear? I think it's not too complicated here. Okay, good. Let's move on. So if there are no questions, of course, if you would like to move on to the sharing part. Shall I move on?
Bassem.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Bassem, I have a question about drag and drop option. Does it work with all the files?
I didn't try it. Let's try. Okay, I think that, okay, let's try it. So I think that drag and drop is compatible with all Microsoft products, but let's try it for, let's take this example. I don't know, this one. Okay, and go to OneNote. Yeah, it works. Yeah, it's like all the other applications by Microsoft. It's here, so it works. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, good. Shall we move on to talk about the sharing? So which
please go ahead. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, which is one of the most important parts related to OneNote. That makes it one of the most important apps to use. She's collaborating with colleagues or sharing with your students. So, of course, as I said at the beginning, when you start your job and you want to create for the first time a OneNote document, the first thing that you need to do is to save it. You can, from the beginning, choose to save it on OneDrive, and here you have saved it to a shareable place. So this means if you put your notebook in a shareable, let's say in a place where you can share your documents, it's gonna be you'll be able to have the options to share. If you don't put it there, and that's what we have done now because we saved it on our desktop. So if we go to share here, we'll find this. It says to share this, you need to put it on OneDrive or SharePoint. Why is that? Because at the beginning, if you remember, I didn't save it on OneDrive. I just said to myself, okay, I will save it on my desktop. Okay, and it is here. Okay, where is it? It's on my, I don't know where is it, but it is on my desktop. Okay, it shows to share this notebook, you will need to put it on your OneDrive or SharePoint. So this means that it is not put on my OneDrive. So the first thing I need to do is to move it to OneDrive because I saved it on my computer, okay? So I need to move it to OneDrive to be able to share it because you cannot share something that is on your computer. So this is something obvious, I think. So I need first to move it to OneDrive, and then from there I can have the options to share it. Is it clear? So this is something very important before we move on to talk about sharing. You cannot share a OneNote if it is not stored online. That's the first rule. You need to store it online, then we can talk about sharing. Okay? Good. So let's move on now and put it on OneDrive. So this notebook is not on OneDrive. I will put it there. As you can see here, it says to share this notebook, you will need to put it on OneDrive or SharePoint. The title is OneNote Training 1. So I will, and of course on OneDrive, I've got different folders. I put it, for example, here in Documents. Okay. Or Notebooks. So let's put it in Notebooks. And here you can give this notebook a name. You can use the same name. You can also change the name. Okay, so it's up to you because it's as if you are saving it again because you changed the place where you are going to save this notebook. Okay, so I'll repeat this because it's something very important. So I said that at the beginning that this notebook is not shared. That's why it's not on OneDrive. That's why we cannot share it. And this is already mentioned here. So I need to go to OneDrive and choose notebooks and put it there. Okay, so here I will give it the same name, OneNote Training 1. And I click to move. As you can see here, it's not save, it's move. It's as if they are moving this document from my desktop to the cloud, to the storage, to the OneDrive storage. And I click move. And then you wait for the upload. So your notebook is now syncing to the new location. So it is syncing. So I need to wait because sometimes people, they just click OK and they go to their drive and they don't find it because it takes time. Okay, sometimes it takes some time to upload. So I will take advantage of that time and try to explain. As you can see here now, there are no options. I didn't have these options before, but after uploading my document or my notebook to the OneDrive, now I've got options. I've got 4 options. So the option number 1 is to share with people. Share with people. So this means that there are specific people that I would like to share with my notebook. So here it can be a list of students, it can be a list of colleagues, it can be students and colleagues, it can be inspectors, anyone that you would like to share your OneNote with. Of course, here you can either use their emails, or if they are part of your organization, as we are using the email of Tarbiyah Pointy End. So if you already know the name of the person, you can already get them and send them the notebook. So I will start here by typing. For example, let's start with Mrs. Lema Atwi, for example. I don't know whether I can her searching. So this is the Mrs. Lema and Mr. Habib Sherni, for example. So what did I do here? I just typed the names and click it on enter. So this is if they have if you are sure that your friend has got Tarbiyah.an email. If they don't have Tarbiyah.an email, they have got Gmail or Hotmail or any other email, it's okay. You can just type the email. I will use my email here. And then we've got here the options, an option here, two options mainly. There are two options here, and these are very important. The first one is that this person can edit my OneNote. So imagine that you are going to send the OneNote with tasks and assignments to your students, and you want them to edit this. So you will choose, of course, you will opt for the first one. They can edit. Or you are just sending them some things or productions of other students in another class, and you don't want your students to change things or delete things, so you can just use the can view only. So here, they only can view this. And of course, here you can write your message if you have got a message to deliver to that person. And of course, after after that, you can just click to share. Okay, so here these are some options just about emails and tagging and addresses. It's not something really important for us. The most important thing is this one and this one. So here you can use emails, you can use names if your friend, especially colleague or inspector, has got education.an or Tarbiyah.an email. So we'll just write the name, your name and surname, and you will find it. You find them, and of course you choose your option here whether they can edit, they can change the notebook or not. And if you have got any message, and you click on, and here there is an option that says require user to sign in before accessing the document. So here sometimes you want that people access, but security measure, I don't think that you need this. So you want them to log into their emails before they can access. So it's not that important if you are sharing with your students. Okay, it's a security measure, that's it. And then you click on share, and of course that will be shared with that person automatically. So this is the first way. The second, of course, here when I say one email, they can be 3, 4, 5. Okay, no problem. Getting sharing link. So this is another option of sharing. So the first one is looking for people, or looking for, if you've got the email of these people. Imagine that you are dealing with a very big number of people who attended your lesson, and they want to get a copy of your notebook, or they asked you to give them a copy of your notebook and to have a look at it. So you can give them a link instead of writing so many emails. You can just click on view link. So here, if you create view link, this means that they are going to use this link. You copy it and you send it to them using an email or any other way, or messenger, or any other means of communication, and you share with them this link. But with this link, they can only view, because it's a view link. They just view it. They just view the notebook. They cannot change anything. If you want them to change, imagine that you are going to give this task to your students. You can share with them this link, okay, where they can edit. So here with this link, they can use the link to access the notebook and to change it too. Okay, so this is concerning the link. You can share with the meeting. So here, I'm not going to use this because maybe it will interrupt our meeting. So it will, if you have got a meeting with a group of people, or with a group of, just like our meeting today, and you want them to participate and to use the same notebook, they can use it directly, and they can add change, and they can cooperate together and work together to add content to that notebook. I'm not going to use this because maybe it will interrupt our meeting. So here, especially when you are using Teams, of course, when you click on this, it will automatically take you to the meeting, and you will give some permission to people who are going to cooperate and work on the same notebook. You can also move notebook, but here we have already moved it. So this option, if you want again to move shared notebooks, so we did already move our notebook from the first step. Is there any question related to sharing right now before we move on to the next part?
I think everything is clear.
Good. Good. Great. So suppose that I will go back to the part related to sharing. You can use emailing directly from the OneNote. So suppose that you've got emails of some people. You can also deal with the meetings. Okay, choose a meeting and you send it to the meeting directly when you are doing your job. But I'm not going to do this because maybe it will affect our meeting. So we go back to the point that was mentioned by Mr. Habib. So it's about sharing, or why did I leave it to sharing? Because I think it's more related to managing the whole application. So here, if you are planning, for example, something for the next month or next week or next day, you can also mark this with the Outlook, because you know that Microsoft OneNote is interrelated with other applications. So here Outlook is mainly related to organizing your schedule and organizing the things that you are going to do. So suppose I'm going to do like this because I'm trying to save some time. So go back to the tags to do, and suppose that this is number 2 and number 3. Suppose that I am planning to do these 3 things for the next week or tomorrow or any time. Okay, we cannot program. So I think that one of you asked me and said, can we plan for something and let it remind us for it? There is another app for this, but here the only thing that you can do is by using the Outlook option, okay, which will help you plan something okay, for next week or for next month or for next day. Okay, as I said here, the tags, they are already I already mentioned this. Just a moment, let me have a look at the Outlook. Yeah, it's here. So I've got here one tag already active, so we need to delete it first. Okay. I know why it's inactive. Just want to talk about the Outlook planner that plans for you. For example, if you are planning for tomorrow or after tomorrow, you can just click on it and it will give you the option to. It will give you the option, but you will find it here. You will find it here in this part with the different tags that you've already prepared or that you've already planned for. Okay, I'll try to do this in just one moment. Okay, so read the texts. Okay, I don't know, prepare the exams. Okay, so I'll try with this. Maybe it will. Okay, so the first one is to do, second one is to do, and it is something important. I don't know, it's deactivated. I don't know why. Okay, so normally it will give you the option, gives you the option to to plan for tomorrow or after tomorrow. And when you click on the find tags, it will show up here. Remember to remind you whether you have this something for next week or tomorrow or after tomorrow. Okay, so that's the function of Outlook tasks. Okay, is there anything left?
No, I guess we covered almost everything, Bassem. So thank you very much for that. And I know that it's not that easy to deal with all the basics in just 1 hour and a half, but you did a great job. You showed us many features which are very useful, and I think that our colleagues need to practice more, right?
Yeah. Practice makes perfect. By the way, when Mr. Habib first asked me to join and to talk about OneNote, I told him, yeah, I need to go deeper on this because, you know, it's Microsoft OneNote has got a lot of features, and you need a lot of time to cover all the features related to it. Even the assignments and meetings have got their own features, and there are a lot of things
Promise us
to deal with.
to conduct another session, maybe next month, inshallah. Just
Inshallah, why not?
giving
Yeah,
our
why not?
colleagues
Why
the
not?
time to practice, and then we're going to have another session about more advanced features.
One thing, Mrs. Leme, just one thing. If they want to have the same copy, this one, okay. I invite them first to get their Tarbiyah emails, okay. This is very important because if they get their Tarbiyah emails, they will have access, and I think that the majority have got their Office 365 emails. So if you get here, it's very easy. You just go here to install Office and you download it. You will find it here, okay? Office 365, you will find all the applications that you need, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and more, okay? Included with them is OneNote, okay?
Yeah.
And of course, you will get the same user interface, and you will not face the problems dealing with the I don't know, the interface and the differences and the things that my friends have already mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. So as Bassem said, you need to have your Tarbiyah account, but let me say this again, as inspectors, we have nothing to do with that. You need to check with the administration of your school. They have your...
They can just use a link. There is a link online. They just put their personal emails, and they, in just 5-6 days, they will respond with their Tarbiyah emails. So they don't need to go to the administration or to ask someone to do this for them. There is a link.
Just for those who are having issues, maybe. But otherwise, as Mr. Rahmouni said, there is a link, and I shared the link with you. And I think that Si Habib also shared the link. There's a form to fill in. Those who are having issues, just check with the school administration. Because as Mr. Rahmouni was showing us, this version is actually a paid one. But since we have Tarbiyah accounts, we have access to it, and you'll find very advanced features that you cannot have with the free one, because actually there is also a free version of OneNote, but it's limited. So I think we reached the end of our workshop, Bassem, unless you have something to add.
Let me, Mrs. Atwi, let me thank Mr. Bassem Rahmouni for his insightful and impactful presentation as usual. So throughout 1 hour and a half, he shared his riches, and he tried to introduce us to the basics of OneNote. And it's clear that teachers need this tool, this application in their classrooms. And as the name indicates, OneNote, if you want to get organized, if you want all your files in one place, just start using OneNote. Thank you, Mr. Bassem.
Yeah, and I think we can play.
Over to you.
We can play the quiz with Mr. Bassem before leaving. I guess all colleagues like to play, and Just let me tell you that today is the word emoji day, so that's why you're using the emoji right there. It's kind of invitation.
No, I don't know
join.
why, but I didn't know about that. It's just a feeling.
Okay. So
okay, that's good. So,
can you explain how to play the quiz?
Okay, so it's very easy. I find that there are sometimes some problems with Kahoot. It's not a problem, but it's a bit. It takes time to answer to go from the screen, the PC screen, to your mobile phone. So this app gives you the questions with all the options under them. So it's called the quizzes. So just go to this website. I'll just sorry. You go to this website, joinmyquiz.com. joinmyquiz.com. You will find this the same interface like this one. And here is the code 234853. It's the same thing like Kahoot. There is no big difference, but it's still the answers or the options are under the question. So you don't need to move from one screen to the other. Good, there is one. I can hear that there is one who joined. Please write your names so that we can give you the presents, hopefully. Good. So I repeat, you go to joinmyquiz.com, no space, of course. Then you will be asked to enter the join code. The join code is 234853. Good, we've got 12 players. Ms. Lemay, shall we start?
I think, yeah. So we've got
Okay.
13 players, so half the number we can start.
Okay, let's start.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, the winner is talking.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. No, no longer.
Basem are the leaders.
Oh,
Okay.
second place.
Second place, I'm on third. Congratulations, Basma, then.
So
Yeah,
Basma
Basma, congratulations.
Basma, Noé, and Samar, all of you are winners. Okay, by the way, so the most important thing here for me is to go back to the questions that have got mistakes. So here we've got three incorrect mistakes. So we can use OneNote to keep track of meetings, cooperate with colleagues, and organize and sort different files and notes. We don't use it to type print, okay? A section is made up of 2 or more notebooks. No, because the section includes, or the section is under the notebook, so it's false. Okay, all the other questions are okay. Okay, great. So thank you very much. So the accuracy is 58%, but the rank is changing. Why? Because there are others who are still joining or still trying with us. So Basma, you are the second now. Okay, we finished with the
Mr.
game.
Bassem.
Yeah.
Time doesn't add here if you answer quicker.
Time?
Is time important in quizzes, in this type of game?
Yeah, but you can change. You can change whether it is important or not.
Oh, I see.
I don't think so because I started late, and then I was in first.
I deactivated the time because of the internet, because some people have got laggy internet connection. So I said to myself, okay, to be fair, let's judge them on whether they are correct or not.
Thank you for the idea. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bassem.
Thank you very much. By the way, Mrs. Miha dealt with the quizzes yesterday, but she didn't have enough time to show you everything. So thank you, Mr. Bassem, for giving us a taste of it. Thank you all for joining us. I think we can call it a meeting, and we won't keep you longer. So again, Mr. Bassem,
if you want to give them, Mrs. Leme, before you forget, the code, if they want their badge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me share that with you.
Yeah. Of course, I think they already know how to get there. If they go to the Microsoft Educator Center.
Yeah, you're attending online training.
Yeah.
And it's part of is a Microsoft tool. Whether you can share it yourself because
Okay, I'll do. You mean the code?
Yeah, fine. I managed. Very easy. I shared the
Okay,
code.
okay.
I shared the code in the chat box.
Yeah, that's it.
So you can enter that to redeem the achievement code on the Microsoft Educator Center.
Yeah.
Again, many thanks to all of you. Thank you very much, Bassem, for your time, for your kindness.
You're welcome. If there are any questions,
for being
related,
willing to share your expertise with us. Yeah,
thank you.
any final words before we finish the meeting, please?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you all, and see you tomorrow, inshallah, at 10 a.m. with two amazing trainers, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Goodbye. See you. Goodbye.